All things considered, a pretty decent final Monday of June here in central and eastern Kentucky, especially after all the severe weather we dealt with last evening. Mainly dry and quiet into the midweek, of course. Bit of activity out there this evening, at least for a few hours. Summer heat and humidity back to close out June, along with some storms. And that will continue as we kick off July into the weekend. Here's another storm damage picture. This from Waco Rogers down in Richmond, Madison County. Unfortunately, front and center, you see one of the roofs of the dugouts there with the softball and baseball fields at Lake Reba blown off. And look at all the storm reports. Now, we have had one confirmed tornado in Cecilia there, just on the southwest side of E-Town, EF2 preliminarily. That's 115-mile-per-hour winds. Stay with us at 6. Maine weather, I'll show you actually a still image from some video taken right around that time in that area where you can see the funnel heading toward the ground. Again, through Jessamine and Madison counties, that's where we saw upwards of baseball to even softball-sized hail. Reports beginning to trickle in, so we're filling in the gaps here with the wind damage reports down south. Ironically, quiet early, but we've had a few little pop-ups, even a rumble of thunder or two with a few of these out to the east. You see these severe thunderstorm watch boxes lined up through the mid-Atlantic. They extend all the way up into the northeast. But we do have a few isolated cells north of Owensville there, also south of Frenchburg, just north of the Mountain Parkway, in fact, between Stanton and Campton, and running right up I-75 between Georgetown and Sadieville. Some localized heavy rain, not any lightning out of any of these. Elsewhere, it's just quiet. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD camera network. Now in Richmond, the sensor's down. I'll show you this because they had some wind damage right there at Roy Kidd Stadium. Blew the fence down and it knocked the sensor out there. So that just shows you how intense things were last evening. Low 80s right now, and our dew points obviously way down. The front moving out, but there's your area of low pressure. It's kicking in that westerly breeze, which has been up at about 10 to 15. That's what we'll see as we go through the evening and the overnight. Still looking at an isolated shower or two, primarily along and north of 64. We'll be in the low and mid 60s tomorrow morning, and then right around 80 for afternoon highs. I think we'll see kind of a mix of clouds and sunshine. We're going to be on the southwestern edge as that low begins to pull into New England. And then after that, really the big story beyond Wednesday, which will be a fairly nice day, that's going to be the heat and humidity building back in. And then we're going to get into that pattern for a few days. We see that in the middle of the summer, late July or late June, early July. These thunderstorm complexes develop in the upper Midwest, and then they ride southeastward. They can contain some very heavy rain and some damaging winds. And notice some of the data trying to pick up on that Thursday into Friday, so we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, just general thunderstorms popping with the heat and humidity that will be around. We got a frontal boundary that's going to sweep on through. That'll knock temperatures down a little bit. But notice Sunday, we still hang on to the potential of a few storms. And look at our muggy meter here. It's going to be pretty muggy heading into the upcoming weekend, which will be kind of a long holiday weekend for some folks with the 4th a week from tomorrow. Clearing out after the evening showers. A little breezy. That'll be the case tomorrow, 81. Extended forecast here. Looking good on Wednesday. As mentioned, the heat returns to end June and kick off July. Afternoon highs into the low 90s. And with the humidity factored in, it's going to feel hotter than that. A lot of the data indicating the chances a little less even beyond Monday heading toward the holiday. So that's good news as afternoon highs back down into the mid 80s.